Well, good evening. My name is Tom, and welcome to this episode of I Don't Know What the Heck I'm Doing. I have never really done a product unboxing or demonstration, but I've been online often looking for different items, and I use these videos to help me decide which one might be appropriate. And I could not find one on this particular item, so I thought to myself, I brought it home and I thought, well, maybe I should do one of these videos that could be helpful to other people. So the item in question here is, it's a Cajon pedal made by Meinl. It's the TMCP-2. So why did I select this one? Well, I play the Cajon, and better than some, worse than others, but I found that using a pedal in some situations would give me certain dynamics that I was after. Plus, I could use the Cajon as a small kick with other elements. But I was struggling with some of the formats that were out there. Most of them were cable actuated, and the cables all got the same type of review. It breaks. It breaks during the gig. It breaks after 3 months. They all break. There's a latency factor too, but clearly, and then of course, you have to be careful the way you're handling them. So enough said about cables. Then there were ones that you could operate with your heel. I tried those too. Just didn't seem natural for me. For many people, I'm sure that's the way to go, but wasn't working for me. So long story too long, I probably sampled 8, 9, 10 of them, at different music stores and things like that. I couldn't really find one that had it all. Now I know that DW makes a beautiful unit. It's over $350. And I looked at some of the dynamics of that one, and I noticed, it had the kind of linkage, direct linkage that I'm familiar with double bass pedals. Well, gosh, that's been around a long, long time and very reliable. In fact, it makes it ambidextrous. If you want to sometimes use it with your left foot, you can move that pedal over and do it that way. So I thought, this is probably the way to go, but I didn't want to spend, twice as much money on the pedal than I did on the Cajon, so I found this TMCP-2 by Meinl. It was priced very similarly to some of the cable actuated ones that I liked, but it's different. I've not taken it out of the box yet, so that's what I'm about to do next. And let's just see what we find. I'm going to pause the tape while I open up the box and then start again. I realize you're not going to see a lot of me in this portion, but I'm not much to look at, so this is fine. The box isn't very large. Came well packaged. It says made in Taiwan. So let's just see what we have in here. Okay. Packaging seems sparse, but perhaps adequate. It's this piece here. I'll lay these out in another shot. Some packing material. A beater. This is likely the mounting to the bottom of the Cajon. More packing material. And then the pedal assembly itself. As I say, I'll lay these things out for a better look. All right, well, we're back, and I have the products out of the packaging. And as I say, you've got your main components here. This is the mounting bracket that goes underneath the cajon. This is the assembly for the beater, which attaches to that mounting bracket. You probably know all this. Beater. And then the rod that attaches this to the pedal mechanism. Very, very straightforward. So most of you probably know how all of this works. I'll speak to the quality. So far, looking at this, single chain, everything is clean, fit and finish looks excellent. I love the fact that the bottom of this mechanism has Velcro here. There's not a ton, and it's just taped on. Maybe it'll stay, maybe it won't, to be determined. I also like the fact, I know it's a small detail, but that it comes equipped with a key. Now I know you all have keys, but it's nice that one will be here so that when you're there and you just need it in a jiffy, it's right there. Now I loosened that one first because I think that, nope, I take it back. It's not that one at all. It's underneath this pedal. I don't know if you can see it, but underneath this pedal there are two areas, two fasteners, right? And if you loosen them, I'm saying this like I know what I'm talking about. It's the first time I've seen this thing. It allows you to change the angle of the pedal. Okay, so it could be a right hand or a left hand pedal. All right, so so I got that the way I think I'm going to want it. Let's just pause for a moment. I'm going to get this sort of set up and then come back in. Okay, well, we're back, and I have the pieces assembled, and it was quite easy to do again because of this key that's located here. Excuse me. So this key, you've got a point here and 2 points down here. As you pivot the pedal, you're going to adjust how the angle of the pedal is positioned to the chain to give you that nice clean line and probably the smoothest action. You'll tighten that down underneath. You'll tighten down the position of your pedal. Doesn't have to be super tight. You've got, as I say, Velcro here as well as the well-known spikes that you can use to dig into surfaces like carpet. You have those back here as well. Spring adjustment on both sides of the beater assembly. Your key here allows you to connect and disengage the cajon mounting plate, mounting bar. There is soft rubber on the inside here to protect the surface of your cajon, and also on the front here, not so much on the bottom, but there and there. Very straightforward. So I'm going to attach it to a cajon and check its action. But first impressions, again, all of the parts here are, the fit and finish is excellent. This bar has the typical mounting pins here and here, and also the adjustment screws here. So what's really cool too is if you look right here, you can move this pedal to the other side, make it left-handed, and use this bar. As I say, it's ambidextrous, and this whole mechanism will slide over. So in closing, I have looked at probably 10, 11, 12 different pedals physically, and then visited others online. So far, for the price, this could be one of the best, most flexible solutions on the market, but we shall see. Stay tuned. Okay, well, we're back, and after making some of the normal tweaks that you would make to any pedal in terms of position, tension on the springs, and so forth. One nice thing I like about this this beater head is it's on a pivot, so when it hits, it goes flat and parallel to the face of your cajon, which will give you, I guess the best kind of sound. Plus, you could replace it with other beaters. But so I have mine off to the right here. It's in a fairly natural position for me, like with my other foot here. I mean, I'm new to the pedal, but I'll have to get used to it, but it is very direct. I'll have to do some tweaking, but there's no lag. The response is very much what you encounter with any good bass pedal on a kick. So overall, this is what I was looking for. I tried many, but the setup and the teardown, I've got this unit and this unit with a bar. I can fit them both in any kind of a case with that bar and the key and be set up in minutes. So I'm giving it two thumbs up, and again, thanks for checking in. I guess you can ask any questions, and I'm happy to answer them for you the more I use this thing, but very pleased so far. Good job, Meinl. All right. Thanks so much.